What's going on, YouTube? Lasagna here, back. Episode 5, I believe, of Road to 2000. Last episode was a bit of a wash, 1 win, 1 loss, so we're starting at 15-16 once again. And into the 10-minute pool we go. And we get D4. This is the first time we're facing D4. I like to play against D4 these kind of King's Indian kind of structures. In this game, we're getting some sort of weird setup. Generally, when the bishop comes here, I actually like to go C5. And like Queen B6 or Queen A5, I kind of like those kind of setups. In this case, I kind of like the look of Queen to B6. Just applying some pressure on these pawns. And it kind of says, hey, white, you moved your bishop off of the protection of this square. So you're going to pay for it. Instead, my opponent just goes queen to d2, just overprotecting the bishop. Maybe he wants to come here as well. I think we'll just go ahead and castle here. And if he goes here, I think we can actually take, and then take this pawn. So I don't think that's on the table quite yet, but generally it is pretty annoying when they try to trade off like that. Okay, so now I could throw in h6 now that the queen and the bishop are disconnected. I think it's probably a good idea to throw it in. Let's try to complete our development. Just free up the bishop here. Play knight c6, and yeah, we just have a game here. So what to do from here? I think I kind of want to take here. But then maybe he takes with this pawn, and then this is back on the table. So yeah, maybe we won't take. Bishop b6 looks pretty decent, just kind of aiming towards the queen side. Knight h5, maybe an option, just hitting the bishop. But I think that's probably why he played h3 so early, is to tuck the bishop back there. So I think we won't give him what he wants, and we'll just instead play bishop b6. Maybe at some point we could go knight d5 instead and hit him this way. Okay. I don't think knight d5 does anything. In fact, I think it actually just encourages him to play here. But what about knight e4? Knight e4 looks more attractive. Let's go knight e4. Let's hit the queen. Maybe we could now play d5 and just anchor our knight into here. Okay, goes there. Could consider going g5 here, but again, I think he just tucks the bishop back there. So what do we do from here? Am I worried about the fork? No, because we still have enough protection there. Maybe I just bring a rook to the center. Yeah, I don't think white has any serious threats here. So I think that's fine. Let's just line up the rook with the queen. And we have quite a bit of pressure on this pawn. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers. Okay, he's trying to trade bishops here. I mean, this light square bishop is a little bit of a liability, so... but take comes with tempo. So maybe a d5. Yeah, let's go d5, just hit the bishop. Could go c4 just to shut everything down on the queen, like close the center of the board. I don't know if I like it though, because then both of our bishops aren't working. Are we worried about takes? I don't think so. I'm just gonna bring another rook. Get ready to take back here, and then we'll have both of our rooks will be in the action. That's the idea. So maybe he wants to take and go knight to c4. I think we can just move our queen there, though. Okay, goes there. c4 here. Or even, maybe now we take. Let's take. Because now after takes, there's no h6 isn't hanging anymore, although whenever he moves the knight, it will be. So maybe we bit of prophylaxis and just play king h7. And do I think I'm much better here? I don't think so. I think I can take, though, with the pin. So let's take. Ooh, maybe I should have calculated this. Oh, but check. Yeah, wow. That would have been bad. And this is, yeah, this is a big threat here, so we are down 3 minutes, about 3 minutes, so we'll try to speed up here, but the middle game was a little bit complicated, so I wanted to take a little bit of time to think, but yeah, even material. I think both sides have stuff to play for. Maybe knight f5. Wait, just check. Winning the queen. Yeah, should be good enough. So my opponent immediately blunders there. He does have a significant amount of material. Takes, rook b1. We just take the knight, so let's keep gobbling. Yeah, he does have like a rook and a piece for the queen. So not like this is over, but it's pretty over. We just have to make sure we keep our pieces active. But yeah, everything's looking pretty good here. Okay, now my opponent's falling apart. Let's take the knight. And I mean, we could take here, but nah, that's not necessary. Maybe just take here. Looks good to me. And now we're kind of threatening this, like takes. And it's kind of just a big trade. Well, actually, we pick up the pawn at the end, so it's not. Okay, if we take, he takes with this rook, so it doesn't work. Maybe just here. Here. You're not funny, lasagna. Okay. Yeah, I think all moves just win here. Probably play bishop d4 next, line up on the f pawn. Yeah, just go here. Hit the bishop. Bishop d4 coming next. Should be over. Oh, for some reason I forgot that this move just traded the bishops, but I mean, still, this rook's immobile here, so maybe just rook here. Yeah, just go rook e2. Okay, maybe that was a little bit inaccurate because we shuffle a little bit there, but yeah, this game will end eventually, I promise. Just go queen a5 or queen here. Queen here. Yeah. Yeah, this should be fine. Just threatening this pawn. Again, this rook can't really move because of the coordination here. So let's just take, and then I think we'll just run the a-pawn is my idea. I guess this pawn's hanging as well. Check removes the defender of this, but I think it's just simpler to try to push the pawn instead of trying to set up fancy tactics. So let's just do that. Okay, let's go here. Maybe try to swing over this way. Hit the pawn. Oh, could have just taken this one with check, but... All right, let's go check. Maybe just come back, hit this one now. Definitely not the cleanest conversion in the world, but we're getting there. So check. I think I want to bring the other rook, though, because we can just kind of ladder him. Yeah, let's just go for the ladder. Yeah, and that's checkmate. So GG to my opponent. Yeah, we'll head into the analysis. Good game to Flipper Willie from Sweden there. And see what went wrong, what went right here. So yeah, this is a bit of a strange opening. I mean, I guess his idea is he just wants to bring the bishop out to f4 and then have a pocket here. Well, eventually land the bishop on f4 and then have a pocket here. But we play c5 here, which I like in conjunction with these queen moves just to apply immediate pressure on the center and the queen side. And since the bishop's off of the initial square, which protects b2, it works well. Oops. Getting ahead of myself there. So my opponent goes here, and generally when you see this kind of construction, whether the bishop's on e3 or wherever, they're trying to come after this. But it's not the end of the world, like, you know, even if white plays here. Well, here it doesn't really work due to knight e4. And so, yeah, but just in general, that's generally what they're trying to accomplish. Here, my opponent kind of just plays e3, which is fine, but now the bishop doesn't have a safe route home. Bishop f4 here, and we go just d6. We got to complete the development, right? So bishop e2, knight c6, and castles, bishop e6. So I had a couple of options here. Maybe bishop f5 was a little bit better. But yeah, I opted for bishop e6. They're probably both okay. Opponent goes knight to a3 just because he's lacking the normal squares here. I go knight e4. Engine thinks knight e4 is okay. What was better? a6 or just bringing one of these rooks. So one of these moves looks like better than knight e4, but this is still fine. We still have a slight edge here. And we go rook c8. And yeah, Engine's actually asking for d5 here, which we played later. Makes a lot of sense. Or no, we played it actually right here. Yeah, just d5. And sometimes I'm hesitant to play d5 whenever I have a nice, like, it's like a nice firm pawn chain that the bishop here is biting into. So sometimes I'm a bit hesitant to play this. It also opens up this square potentially. But I think here it just there's not many great alternatives, right? Like if I take here, this comes with tempo, and yeah, so I think d5 is just good here, hitting the bishop and cementing our knight here. And so he goes bishop back to d3. We go rook d8. Whoa, we lost our advantage here. I guess Engine's saying g5, but I just thought bishop h2. And it says c takes, e takes. There's just this. With the pin, if he recaptures, doesn't matter. Or sorry, doesn't matter this way. And yeah, this is obviously crushing. He's got a bit of a passive bishop here. We got lots of pressure on f2. And maybe even like this is coming as well. So I missed that. We instead played rook fd8. We get knight d2. And here I take the pawn in the center. I think it's time to open things up now that he's made kind of like a passive retreating knight move. I just decide to open things up. And the connection's severed here between the queen and the bishop, right? So if I took in, say, this position, takes, now he has a threat on h6, right? So just, you gotta notice those small little differences in the position as things evolve. So after knight e2, we take, and now we're free to take the pawn in the center, which I missed on this turn. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible right now. I just thought let's get out of the way of any knight moves to hit the pawn, but should have been thinking a bit more actively in this position. So we missed a lot of stuff this game. We get takes, and knight takes d4. And in this position, we're just better a little bit because of the active rooks, I assume. Like if you compare the quality of the bishops, pretty much the same. I guess his knight's a little bit passive, but it's really the rooks that are, I think, making us slightly better in this position. And then he immediately blunders with queen d2. Just missing that, generally don't, like, without a good reason, you probably don't want to line up the rook and the queen here. So we play knight f3. Takes, and now the game's pretty much over. And yeah, sometimes a lot of people say it's not the first blunder that loses you the game, but the second. And I think after bishop e3, this is just no good. But wait, I'm actually realizing that this knight's just trapped. So forget that. It wasn't, my opponent didn't blunder. I just don't think he can save the knight. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like the knight literally can't jump to any of these squares because this loses the rook. Even if he tries like bishop c1, now the rook hangs as well. So yeah, forget what I said there. He didn't blunder here, just his position's so bad that he doesn't have any resources to protect his pieces. So we take the knight, he takes the pawn, we take there. We get bishop c1 here, and we eventually found the way. You know, he was making a lot of like one move tempo moves on my pieces, so this kind of took a while, but eventually, yeah, eventually we find you know, the winning idea here, just going after these kingside pawns, which he committed, and yeah, and then don't forget about the ladder mate. Like even in a middle game, this kind of stuff pops up here and there, especially when the king's cut off. So yeah, we just get the ladder checkmate there. So good game to Flipper Willie, and that puts us at 1527. So climbing up the ranks. And if you like the video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.